Hello and welcome. Settle in, take a deep breath, and let your mind drift among the stars. Tonight, we're going to tell a story. Not a story of fiction, but a true account of human courage and ingenuity, set against the vast, silent backdrop of space. This is the story of Apollo 13 and its unlikely hero, a small, unassuming spacecraft named Aquarius. Picture this. It's April 1970. 3 American astronauts, Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Hayes, are hurtling through the blackness of space more than 200,000 miles from home. Their destination is the moon. Their mission, Apollo 13, is the third lunar landing in history. The journey so far has been smooth, almost routine. The crew is inside their command module, a cone-shaped vessel named Odyssey. This is their home, their control center, their ride back to Earth. Attached to it is the service module, which holds their power and life support systems. And tucked away, waiting for its moment, is the Lunar Module, Aquarius. It is designed for one purpose only: to carry 2 astronauts down to the lunar surface and back up again. It's a delicate, fragile-looking craft built for the vacuum of space, not for re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. 2 days into the mission, just as the crew is finishing a television broadcast and settling down for the night, a routine procedure goes horribly wrong. Mission Control asks Jack Swigert to stir the oxygen tanks in the service module. A simple flip of a switch. But a short circuit inside one of the tanks causes a spark. In the pure oxygen environment, that spark creates a violent explosion. The ship shudders. Warning lights flash across the control panel. Down in Houston, the flight controllers stare at their screens in disbelief as vital systems begin to fail. Then come the now famous words from Jim Lovell, his voice calm but laced with urgency. "Houston, we've had a problem. The problem is catastrophic. The explosion has crippled the service module. 2 of their 3 fuel cells are dead. Worse, one of their main oxygen tanks is completely gone, and the second is rapidly venting its precious contents into space. Oxygen wasn't just for breathing. It was also used to generate electricity and water. Without it, the command module Odyssey is dying. Its power is fading fast, its life support systems shutting down. The moon landing is impossible. Now, the mission is about survival. Houston makes a difficult but necessary call. The crew must abandon the Odyssey and power it down completely. They need to save its remaining battery power for the final moments of the mission. The fiery re-entry through Earth's atmosphere. But where can they go? There's only one other place on their spacecraft that has power and life support. The Lunar Module, Aquarius. The small lander designed to support 2 men for just 2 days on the moon must now become a lifeboat for 3 men for a 4-day journey back to Earth. It was never intended for this. Its batteries are limited, its water supply is scarce, and its air filtration system is only built for 2. The astronauts float through the connecting tunnel from the cold dark command module into the lunar module. It's a tight squeeze. Aquarius is cramped, designed for function over comfort. But as they powered up, its systems hum to life. Lights flicker on. The low hum of the circulation fans fills the small cabin. For the first time since the explosion, there's a glimmer of hope. Aquarius is alive. It has become their temporary sanctuary, their lifeboat in the vast ocean of space. But the challenges are immense. The first is navigation, with the main guidance systems of the Odyssey powered down. The crew has to navigate their crippled spacecraft manually. Using the Lunar Module's small thrusters, they must perform a critical engine burn to swing around the moon and get on the right trajectory back to Earth. It's a delicate dance performed with a ship that was never meant to be a tugboat. Guided by calculations from the brilliant minds in mission control, Commander Lovell takes the controls. Looking through the Lunar Module's small triangular window, he uses the sun as a reference point to align the spacecraft. The burn is a success. They are on their way home. Now, a new, silent enemy emerges. Carbon dioxide. The air we exhale is toxic in a closed environment. The command module had a system to filter it out using square lithium hydroxide canisters. The Lunar Module had its own system, but it used round canisters. With 3 men in the tiny cabin, the round canisters in Aquarius are quickly becoming saturated. The CO2 levels are rising to dangerous levels, causing headaches, fatigue, and threatening their lives. They have plenty of unused square canisters in the powered-down Odyssey, but they won't fit the round openings in the Lunar Module system. It's a classic square-peg-in-a-round-the-hole problem, but one with life or death stakes. Back on Earth, engineers at Mission Control gather in a room. They dump a pile of items onto a table. Items they know are available to the astronauts on the spacecraft. Cardboard from a flight plan cover, plastic bags, a sock, and of course, duct tape. Their task: invent a way to connect a square canister to a round hole, using only these materials. For hours, they work, creating a strange-looking contraption. They radioed the instructions up to the crew. Step up in the cold, cramped Lunar Module. The astronauts follow along, assembling their own makeshift adapter. They tape it into place, and then they turn on the fan. The level of carbon dioxide in the cabin air begins to drop. The improvised solution works. They can breathe again. The journey home is long and cold. To conserve the Lunar Module's limited battery power, they shut down almost everything. The temperature inside the cabin plummets to near freezing. Condensation forms on the walls, and droplets of water float through the air. The crew is cold, exhausted, and dehydrated, rationing their water supply to just a few sips a day. Sleep is almost impossible. But through it all, they work together. Their spirits held up by the constant, reassuring voices from Mission Control. They are a team, separated by 250,000 miles, but united in a single purpose. Finally, after 4 long, grueling days, Earth looms large in their window. It's time for the final, most dangerous part of the mission. They must leave their lifeboat, Aquarius, and return to the dark, frozen command module, Odyssey. They power it back up, hoping its systems, dormant for days in the freezing cold, will come back to life. There are tense moments as they flip the switches, but one by one, the systems respond. Odyssey is alive. They say their goodbyes to Aquarius, the little ship that saved their lives and sealed the hatch. They jettison the Lunar Module, watching as it drifts away, destined to burn up in the atmosphere. Now, only the command module remains. They have one last hurdle: re-entry. No one knows for sure if the heat shield on the Odyssey was damaged in the explosion. If it was, the command module will burn up as it plummets through the atmosphere. For 4 agonizing minutes, the world holds its breath. As Odyssey enters the atmosphere, the intense heat creates a communications blackout. On the ground, mission control waits. The minutes stretch on, feeling like an eternity. Is anyone there? Have they made it? And then, a crackle of static and a voice. It's the crew. They are through. Soon, 3 parachutes bloom against the blue sky, and the Odyssey splashes down safely in the Pacific Ocean. The story of Apollo 13 is often called a successful failure. They never made it to the moon, but they made it back to Earth. It's a powerful testament to the human spirit. It shows us that even when things seem their darkest, when we are faced with impossible challenges, ingenuity, teamwork, and hope can guide us home. The little lunar module, Aquarius, was never meant to be a hero. It was designed for a quiet landing on a different world. But in the face of disaster, it became a lifeboat, a symbol of resilience, and a quiet hero in one of the greatest survival stories ever told. Thank you for joining me on this journey tonight. May your own dreams be filled with courage and wonder. Sleep well.